Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 2. Here is our Arcana setup for the day. We are going to be taking Rocky with us, and let's give Rocky a treat. Rocky, where are you going? Rocky, please. Okay, have a treat. Animal cookie.
Got something for you.
All right, and we're gonna see crit chance, materials, or attack rate. We'll take the crit chance for sure. So
That good, huh?
there we go. All right, now we have 2% crit chance instead of 1. We're going to be doing a 12 fear run in the underworld. We're going to be taking the aspect of Mel and doing a Fate's Whim run. Wish us luck.
Once more then.
I was thinking about going either Ares or Zeus is always good. There are actually a fair few gods that are good. Okay, Ares. Okay, perfect. Hopefully we get his attack here.
Clearly, Prometheus the Titan is no stranger to conducting war. He knows, for instance, just how fragile most alliances can be. Do you suppose he stood with our fathers in the past, only to better learn their weaknesses?
Who knows, buddy? Probably not. That doesn't seem like what Prometheus would do, but he is the god, the Titan of Insight, so maybe, or Foresight, rather. Ares cast is kind of trash, honestly. Like, it has good base damage, but if you're against any sort of mobile enemy, it's really hard to actually land the damage. So I think I'll take the special here. I would have really preferred his attack, but whatever. At least we have a setup for wounds now. The damage is decent, I suppose. Definitely not my favorite boon here, but we'll take what we can get, I suppose. Hopefully we get trick knives, or at least some decent special hammer that lets us use that effectively. So, as a reminder, aspect of Mel on the Sister Blades, the way it works is our back attacks have enhanced damage because we're ranked 2, I want to say it's 40% more damage, and if it's fully scaled, it goes up to 100%. But in typical fashion, I'm not ranking all of these weapons up immediately. I'm kind of doing them one at a time as I play each of them. Look at me, Kiwi. I remembered to use the Artificer, and we get a Hera.
Word reached me you've encountered mighty Heracles. Big, thick-headed fellow. You're not to aid him in his labors. Do you understand? He's in the middle of what we Olympians like to call a journey of self-discovery.
Thick-headed fellow, amongst other things about him that are thick. I mean, have you seen his chest? Why is it always the chest I comment on? Anyway, attack, cast, extended family. Does this affect wounds? I'm not convinced it does. Having Hera early is pretty decent, because if we do see Zeus, we can potentially get some King's Ransom nonsense going. Her attack is pretty solid for us here. I think I'll probably take it. I'm not going to think about it too hard. Let's take the attack. Good attack boon on these will go a long way. And another Hera boon. Excellent. Yeah, basically, what would be really cool with this build, I think, is if we get Hera's attack boon and then get trick knives, we can bounce our knives around enemies really fast. But anyway, what are we going to talk about today, Kiwi? So, I guess, fun little update in the world of our life. We just made another round of korma sauce, which came out phenomenal. It's so funny. We had an Indian restaurant move into the area. We tasted korma once and we're like, we need to have this forever and always in the future. Orn gain is perfectly fine here, honestly. And over the other 2 boons, I think, yeah, we're never gonna run out of magic. This weapon really does not burn through magic very quickly at all until we get a bunch of other boons that kind of are the main consumers of magic there. So actually, anyways, focusing on, so we made a delightful korma, did a marinated tofu that we tossed into the korma. We had it with white rice and a salad, and I was so happy with that meal prep. Plus, we have enough leftovers for one more dinner out of it. Let's see, attacks have plus 20 power is really strong on the Sister Blades. This isn't bad either, but it doesn't affect our Omega attack. I think I'll just take this because it scales with the Omega attack, and we will be using the Omega attack reasonably often with the Mel Blades if I remember to use it. Here, I'll remember to use it, right? Maybe not. Right. Of course, this had to spawn right as I'm planning to do this. There we go. There we go. I used my Omega attack. My Omega attack quota for this run has been met. Anything else is just icing on the already very undead cake. Or I guess the very dead cake. Technically, no one here is undead, just dead. Dead but alive in the underworld. Dead but living their best life in the underworld, I suppose, is how I'm going to phrase that. What a weird way to think of it. I don't know. Anyway, so Aspect of Mel does more damage on back attack. I made korma. Good times all around. Artificer? I do not have another charge of the Artificer. Okay, understood. I kind of want this mini-boss room, but we have not seen Arachne in ages. Or not mini-boss, mid-shop. I think we've got enough damage for Hecate in the underworld that I can afford to do a little story progress over a little making the run stronger.
Worms aren't venomous, I swear.
They're
Come
toxic.
closer, and I'll prove it true. I know that many wouldn't dare, but they are nothing, and you're you.
I like that.
One more.
I like that she has little poems.
My finest customer.
Are you sure? You seem kind of miffed at us about our relationship with the gods.
You know the gods did this to me, don't you? Although I shouldn't say the gods. It was truly just the one. But the others, they didn't care. They were complicit in the whole thing. It was as though I was a spider to them all along.
I'm actually curious. I don't know which god actually placed this curse on her.
Arachne. The gods could be kinder to mortals. You'll hear no argument from me on that. I have a certain point of view on it myself. Most mortals I've met, they've all been dead.
Because we killed them.
Yet you abide Olympus anyhow. I understand, I do. They're family. And that's one thing we can never change. Not really. Although the Titan whom you're up against, isn't he family too?
Family is complicated. Don't we know that, Kiwi, right? All right, let's see. What do we got? Restore magic, restore HP, or charge your hex faster. I guess I'll take the HP. Not really that I need it. The armor will... Actually, no, I don't need that at all. I'm not using any of these, really, so I guess I'll just take the one that has the most armor on it. A pretty white dress.
Thanks, Arachne.
Here, have a gift. We haven't talked to you in a while.
Wait, is this what I think it is? Oh, no, I shouldn't. Not again. Weaving silken fineries for somebody such as you truly is an honor and its own reward. Besides, this stuff is for the gods.
It was
Gods may
Athena.
often be the ones indulging in this stuff, but it's not just for them. It's for you. For those whom we regard as friends.
So if I'm to trust the AI that gave me the quick answer, it was Athena who cursed her and turned her into a spider. I wonder if we could take Gorgon Amulet and get an early Athena boon and she'll comment on it. I'll have to try that later. All right, and there's a mini boss Zeus. We are gladly gonna lock in Zeus for a potential at King's Ransom. Although at this point, honestly, Queen's Ransom might be better,
Returns.
since I can't actually, realistically speaking, get a Zeus Blitz effect unless he offers a sacrifice boon.
Turned for attention to the underworld, have you now? Well, I suppose all your successes here ought carry you to further victory below. My dear Hera shall be very pleased.
She's already helping us, if you haven't noticed, bud. Static Shock works very well for this build, and we're not dependent on magic for how we're playing, so I might take that, honestly. Storm Ring is very tempting, though, because it's a very good, very strong cast. I suppose the question becomes, we need a core boon for Queen's Ransom, right? Yeah, we do. So, I think what I'm going to do is I don't want Queen's Ransom offered early, so I'll take this higher tier Static Shock because it will give us the most benefit in the short term, I think. Or in the long term. And then we can build around Storm Ring when it's offered again. Assuming it's offered again, of course. But, like, look at that. One of my biggest weaknesses in this build is AoE, so that really this is going to let us clear rooms a lot faster. It's the main reason I think it was worth taking it here. Yeah, this is going to make Tartarus a lot faster. May not help us as much on the later floors because everything's so much more tanky, but like imagine like the final phase of Scylla, the little fish head, what are they called, pinheads maybe, that spawn at the end of in several of the rooms of Oceanus. It will help us. It will objectively help us, and we'll take the max HP here for sure. We definitely need a little bit of tankiness for a build that does require us to at least go close range on occasion. Speaking of pinheads, there they are, and there they go. Case in point, I suppose. So something I forgot to mention that I was going to mention earlier on in the video is one of the tricks to kind of maximizing your damage on the blades, and mind you, you don't have to do this, it's kind of a higher APM, but kind of pulling out all the damage you can get. We'll take another HP. Is you do special into dash strike, and that kind of melts all your damage together in very short order. It's pretty much the classic how to do it for most of the weapons, but for this one in particular, you do 2 dash strikes, or sorry, you do 1 special into 2 attacks. You're trying to avoid doing the big stabby, the rapid stabby, and the final big sweep that kind of just takes a ton of time to bring out all your damage. So you can kind of, another actually minor optimization that I've discovered, if I can kind of give an example, I'll finish the room because I don't want to, I want to focus on the fight real quick. Okay, I have one enemy left. Here we go. Never mind, they both died instantly thanks to wounds. So if you do this, so you have your big combo attack is that big sweep at the end. If you do this, wait for the stabs, toss out a special, and then if you're fast enough, special. Okay, maybe not. I think there's a way to do this. There it is. Okay, that's the timing. So did you see that? I tossed out my special right before the big sweeping hit of the combo. It's just a very tight, it's a fairly tight timing, but you can use that to optimize your damage even further. Again, probably overkill for this low a heat, but a fun little trick of the blade, if you will. Trick of the trade, trick of the blade. I love how that static shock just completely missed that one enemy. Oh, hi, Artemis. I Artemised you. I sure did. Ha 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 ha. Alrighty, so aside from food adventures, oh, we've been baking. We have been baking. I guess that's worth making. We just made a, okay, let's see. We made 2 double batches of pumpkin cookies, one with applesauce for the lower calorie intensity version, and 2 batches with full butter for kind of giving around as gifts. Crazy thing though is I actually think this was not my original opinion, but I've come around and I think I honestly like the applesauce versions more now for some reason. I think the reason for that is we discovered that you can do the applesauce version, but then just put like just a tablespoon or 2 of butter out of the, oh gosh, like 2 sticks of butter a double batch would require, or 1.5 sticks of butter a double batch would normally require. Just using a tablespoon or 2 still makes them taste great.
Hard making friends with goddesses, but I have what I need. We can be on our own without feeling alone, you know? I hope you know. That's how it is for me.
Oh, Kiwi and I are very good, happy being alone in our little isolated space.
I do know, and feel much the same. When we're not watching one another's backs, we have Selene and Headmistress watching over us. Still, it's always good to see you face to face.
You too. Most of my family I can do without most of the time. You're an exception. We may not be sisters by blood, but you'll always be Sister Malinoe to me.
Oh, that's very sweet. Honestly, yeah, a lot of your siblings are very
Likewise,
boisterous.
Sister Artemis. You haven't seen Nemesis tonight, have you? Not that she should be anywhere near here, as opposed to keeping watch over the gateways at the crossroads.
I haven't seen her, no. But I was tracking her. Those footprints are only slightly harder to spot than she is. She's not supposed to be out here, is she?
No, but we're letting it slide.
That she is not. She's just trying to make herself useful, I get it. And the Fates themselves know that I could probably use the help. Though, how have you two been?
We each need company, we each need solitude, the same old thing. She's frustrated, which can go a couple of ways depending on the night. Anyway, she's a big girl.
That she is, and she's got a big sword. All right, let's see. Death Warden. Random foe is marked and takes critical damage. Pressure points a 5% crit chance for free. Or we're never going to use Easy Shot outside of Omega Cast build, so it's one of these two. I don't actually know which one of these is better. But I think I'm just going to take pressure points because it's guaranteed.
My mark is yours.
It's never the wrong choice back in the day. It's still the right choice nowadays, too, I think. I should watch a tier list and see how people rank that, because I really don't have a good frame of reference. Hestia as our final god, honestly? Or, why do I feel like I only have 2 gods? Who am I forgetting? Right, there he is. Ares. Okay, so yeah. So Hestia as our final god would be awesome. Smoldering, I will not say no to, honestly, and we can hold out for Zeus's dash, I guess, for duos. I don't think I'll take Selene, though.
What, that ferryman having a fire sale there? Don't want you paying an exorbitant amount. Not that there ought to be a price on blessings anyhow.
One delightful smoldering, please. Oh, you know exactly what we want. Thank you, Hestia. Oh, but that 27% extra damage is so sexy looking. Oh gosh. This is a tough choice, because honestly, here's the thing. I think Smoldering still outperforms. Smoldering just does so much damage, and it gives us origination, which we already have, actually, but... Nah, 27% more damage all around is so good. I can't pass that up. Even base level Smoldering is still really strong.
Boatman Charon is familiar with every twisted pathway through this world. Yet I provide for him my light, nevertheless. He need not always find his way alone.
So, to be clear, base level... Oh, hey, Night Bloom? No, what was that accent? My gosh, Night Bloom I really am into Night Bloom here. It's not as good as Moonwater, but we probably won't need Moonwater, so I'll take it.
Night Bloom.
But Smoldering, even at base rarity, is extremely strong.
The Testament of Night requires my defeat specifically, is that not so? The Titan Lord can wait. The key to making the Nocturnal Arms more powerful stands right in front of you.
Alrighty then.
You know much more about the Oath of the Unseen than I, Headmistress. So why don't you tell me what it desires?
Oh right, she's making reference to the fact that our testament is currently set to beating her, not any other boss.
Oh, I just did. Perhaps when you come to be my age, you too shall find a new connection to the Oath. For now, come earn the nightmare that you seek.
I have questions about what the relative age of these characters are, but I know that's in bad taste to ask about it, mind you. There we go, phase 1 complete immediately. Yeah, the wounds on the special is actually putting in quite a bit of work, especially if it crits. You know what, that would be pretty fun if we got some mutual destruction nonsense going. Oh, hold on. Where are you? Oh, that's the real one, you right there? Okay, cool.
Join me, sisters.
I think I framed through that with my cast. I'm not convinced I did. It might have just been a well-timed dodge, but still. If I did dodge it, I feel cool. And if I didn't dodge it, I still feel cool because I don't know better. Like, look at that damage. We're good.
Down.
I feel like it'll fall off later game, though.
As a shade. I don't believe I struck you even once.
Oh, well, would you look at that? No damage, Hecate. And sub 5 minutes, just barely, but it counts. Alright, there's our testament. Maybe I should more rapidly upgrade our weapons, but I feel like if I do that, I'm not going to have any challenge, and it's just going to... well, I guess I will have challenge by upping the fear, but still. Alright, so I guess we'll take Calling Card and hope for a nice level Storm Ring. Sacrifice boons will be offered more often. If I take this and we see Zeus, that would be amazing, so I guess I will take that too. Like, I will gladly trade probably my special for Blitz. But now the more that I think about it, I'm pretty happy with the build we have, so I should see what the Hera Ares duo requires and see if we're set up for that, because I don't think we've had it before. Here, let's pop our head into the Great Book of Knowledge real quick. Ares, what do you offer with Hera? I'm curious. Hostile environment, no. Zeus. Inflicting wounds can also inflict your after a take damage effect, so we'll need Divine Vengeance for that and a core boon from Zeus. Universal Donor. Whenever you exit a location, keep your plasma. So we need plasma gain for this to even be relevant. We don't need a core boon, though. And then Hestia, 4th degree, fireball effects from Hestia inflict wounds. So we want controlled burn, basically. So controlled burn, Zeus dash, and Ares. What was it that I wanted? A plasma gain boon. So maybe we find Ares and we get offered a trade for Grizzly gain over Horn gain? That would be the best case scenario, I suppose.
The path you face.
Let's go ahead and work towards our Godsend for now.
At last.
And Nectars, we always go Nectars here because they give us a random palm. So we get a random level up, or they give us a random level on one of our boons. So if it hits something good, that's more damage. And frankly, we always need more Nectar for story progress, although I realized I can craft them in the Cauldron, as I think we have some cooking right now, actually. It was like, that was a big delay. I'm like, where did we finish the run? No, there's still enemies. Because of course there's still enemies. The one nice thing about these jet streams is that they do stun enemies as much as they stun us, thankfully. Well, I'd probably do without any of them. Narcissus or opening up a god path. I think
to unseal a different path.
I do need to see, because if we get offered a trial, I would take that over Narcissus. Otherwise, we'll take Narcissus for story progress, I think. I think I'm going to enter the phase of the gameplay where I kind of prioritize story progress here at this point, which means I need a lot more Nectar than I presently have. And we melt, like, our initial damage is really strong. All right, we'll take Narcissus. Hero would have been great, to be clear.
Man, you are so... Oh, know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean, I think.
Be right back.
I spoke to Echo about you. Said you didn't mean to hurt her, though perhaps I shouldn't have. She responded in her usual way, but I could tell something happened. You broke her heart.
He broke everyone's heart, didn't he?
She broke her own heart. They always fall for people who don't love them back. Anyway, I'm sure she'll find someone who thinks she's awesome. Plenty of fish in the sea.
I definitely understand why they made Echo and made her be a relationship option for Narcissus, though, because she's literally a reflection of sound. I feel like I've made this point before.
Yes, I've noticed. So, has anybody ever fallen out of love with you? Or do they all end up in the morning fields, pining for you for eternity?
All I know is no one's ever loved me as much as me. They're all too busy feeling sorry for themselves to really care, you know? You can't love someone if you can't love yourself.
Alrighty. We've never gotten this one, and there is a mystery boon here. Honestly, like, I don't need HP right now. This will be offered one day in the future, and I'll take it then. So let's take our mystery seed and our mystery boon. I want boons for more fun here.
Join me.
Anyway, so let's see, what is there to talk about? So we baked a bunch of pumpkin cookies. I was gonna try and come up with a total. So a double batch is about probably 48 to Toppy. What are you doing, Toppy? Sorry, Toppy is just scrambling around underneath Kiwi's desk and making a lot of loud noises. So.
Oh, whoa! For me, how thoughtful. Look, try all you like. I can't requite your love. Thought I'd make myself about as clear as these waters, just in case you got the wrong idea again.
I do appreciate the fact that I think Narcissus is the only person in the game that is the person in the game that I've given the most nectar to so far.
Not every gesture needs to be interpreted as having some romantic overtones, does it? You've made your feelings unambiguous, and I appreciate that. As a friend.
One salute, and then we're on our way.
Peace, Narcissus.
I guess.
My niece!
My uncle! And there's his attack. Alright, I don't rarefy this, but we take his dash, so we're set up for duos here, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't want it on the attack. I'd want it on the special, if anything, I think. And there's Ares, okay. Ares can give us some really strong boons here. We'll definitely try and rarefy them with the Zag Keepsake if we can. Like, just look at me melting through these enemies here. Gosh, if we had gotten Smoldering, that would have been the icing on the very burnt cake, I suppose. But now I think we have a bigger goal, and that is Controlled Burn and maybe Storm Ring.
Let's go, Homer.
Her foes did not so much as touch her in that bout.
I definitely took some damage, but I had armor, so I guess it counts. Out above. Grievous Blow. Oh, we definitely take Grievous Blow here. Let's rarefy it.
Oh, hello.
A 26% chance to do a crit, basically. Why not? And we'll take the mid shop for another guaranteed boon. So I'd say we probably made in the realm of about 60 cookies each batch. So yeah, we made over 100. We definitely made over 100 cookies, and I don't want to think about how many of them I've already eaten.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Air quality. This will fall off pretty quickly. Is my one downside here. I think I take Storm Ring because we really wanted to build. We wanted that anyway. Do I alternatively consider... Do I hold out for Smolder Ring at this point? Because we do have a core boon of Zeus at this point. Nah, let's take Storm Ring. It's too good. It's too darn good.
Going.
And for the sake of seeing chaos for story progression, we'll definitely do that. Here, Chaos. Have a fish. Be amused by our fishing talents.
Mine. Hey, a Projelly.
I sensed a faint trace of the being you called Typhon once again. Then it was gone. Perhaps a current emanating from the river you called Time, and you found a way to put stop to it. One fewer possibility, yet there are many more.
Alrighty, channel Omega faster, get more magic. Specials deal more damage, but fewer boons to choose from. This one's gonna be a little bit harder, but it's only four boons. Okay, it lasts quite a while. I'll take it, but begrudgingly. I think it's the only one that really offers us something I want. And the penalty is the least punishing as well, I suppose. Alrighty.
I slay more, I get your gold.
Okay, Nem.
Can hardly stand all this water and the singing, but this has to be done.
I would love to see her just do a little visit to Scylla. Like I said, I have a dream of Nem just being kind of in a kind of escort-esque mission together with us. Nem, you have no chance on this because I just immediately pop every enemy that spawns in with these lackluster HP bars. Just Static Shock, putting in the work. Like, look at that. Gone, gone, all gone. Who's still alive here? Hello? Oh. Oh, there they are. What are you guys doing, you jokers? We are 70-6. Nem didn't stand a chance here, did she? I just go for all the low HP enemies and focus on nothing else. We are officially out of armor, and I took a lot of damage, apparently. Like, how did I just suddenly lose 30 HP? Wow, this room goes on for a while. Didn't know that. My gosh, this goes on forever.
That's that. Made me look like a fool.
Okay. What I'm gonna do here is not talk to her until I do this. Nope, unfortunately can't do that. So the exits are on the other side of the room. She's gonna try and steal one, probably this one, so I'll have to be quick.
Thought for sure when first you saw me out here, you'd go telling Hecate soon as you could. But you didn't.
I ain't no snitch.
It's fortunate for you, Headmistress doesn't ask me to make reports. You're probably drawing some of our enemies' attention off of me, at least.
And it's fun to see a friend every now and again, even if she is the fighty kind of friend.
Very least I could do. Wasn't going to back down no matter what you did, but this way, can stay focused on the task at hand.
All right, let's see. As long as she doesn't take the shop, we should be fine. Oh yeah, you can have the magic. I don't need magic.
Take care.
Thanks, Nem. Fortunately, these chambers with really a ton of small enemies take forever to clear, so we're a little SOL in terms of getting all of the gold. Let me cross, come on. There we go. That was unfortunate.
For safekeeping.
Whatever, we still got a whole bunch of gold out of that, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, well over 100 pumpkin cookies. I've already eaten a bunch, and I'm looking forward to eating more, but we've already partitioned a whole bunch out for gifts, so I can't eat all of them at least. This is base skill, I don't need the HP, I'll save my money. Oh, Chaos, you jerk, you. Mega moves are faster is useless, so I guess I take Nitro Sprint. I mean, the odds of us being able to activate Tall Order I don't think are very good for us, although we do have a decent means of stacking up Earth Boons. Yeah, between Ares and Hera, we get a lot of Earth Boons, so I guess there was a decent chance we could have gotten that. Oh well, Nitro Boost it is, because Racing Thoughts really doesn't do anything for me here. I'm just not playing around it. Well said, Charon, as always.
Don't look down.
Had a great show tonight.
Are you familiar with the Enchantress Circe? She mentioned that she knew you in her youth, though I'm uncertain if you were on friendly terms.
I get the sense where she's about to be very angry.
The Enchantress Circe. No, that doesn't ring a bell. The only Circe I knew was the talentless, pathetic little runt of the litter of Helios himself. What has this other Circe got to say?
She gave me the impression you were always rather boisterous, even back then. Perhaps already practicing the kinds of songs you think shall bring you fame.
It's no secret I always knew what I wanted to be, lady. Always knew what I was meant to be. Circe and so many others. All they ever did was get in my way. Same as you.
Sounds like you gotta work through that a little bit, Skilla. Alright, that takes care of Roxy. Jetty, you're over here. Say hello to my very high damage output. And I don't know why I ran into that. That was a mistake on my part. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand where our damage is coming from, but I can't deny that it is there. Maybe the Mel Blades are just way stronger than I realized, and we have a lot of crit chance, and that's probably a lot of it too. We're very reliably applying Origination, which helps too, I suppose. Well, we use enough magic to use Night Bloom. I guess. Who do we even bring back? I assume Jetty? Yeah, there she is. Oh, she's big. The big Jetty.
Circe wanted me to curse one of these pearls.
Oh, right.
May your ambitions... No, I mustn't.
We're a good kid. We don't want to just ruin Skilla's life any further than she's already had it ruined, I suppose. Actually, she isn't. I think she wouldn't consider it ruined at this point. She's pretty happy with her circumstances, I imagine. No boons, no interest. Let's see. Not that we can get boons from there. I don't know why I thought I said that. All right, let's go ahead and take Timepiece so I can maybe sell things for gold. I never end up using Timepiece, mind you, but it's worth at least having it. It's kind of the same issue as Artificer. I'm just like, oh, I gotta grab. I think it's in part the speedrunner brain that I have from having done some speedruns in Hades 1. Is just, I'm like, I don't have time to think about whether I want to. I just grab the thing and go is basically it. Not a very exciting first chamber. Can I roll this and maybe get a boon, perhaps? Oh no, I can't. I have Fate Swim. Never mind. Oh well. So, in theory today, Kiwi and I will be baking more. We have lovely plans for either pretzels, croissants, or donuts, and what we make depends on the recipe after we read it and our individual feelings. I feel like out of everything, I'm most in the mood flavor-wise and mouthfeel-wise for donuts. And I think in terms of ease of recipe, knowing what I know...
Aid from a relative of yours.
I would expect that... pretzels are easiest, plus we can... I've been mulling over the idea of filling them with chocolate. Or something of that nature, just kind of melting some chocolate inside, and I bet that would be so tasty. I really want to do... Oh, Kiwi, I'm talking myself into those pretzels more and more. Alright, well, I'm half the vote. So we'll have to see where Kiwi is on this, and then we'll come together, and I will report back in... Probably not the next episode, because I anticipate I'm going to be recording at least one more before Kiwi wakes up. But, you know, not too long after. Ring it is. Don't think we have any other things left to gain, so hopefully we get a nice mini-boss with a fun god. Alright, of these two, I think I agree that Ares is the best option.
Out of my way.
More crit chance and potential duos. Honestly, best god would be, of course, Zeus, as it always is Zeus, but... Or Controlled Burn from Hestia would be cool, too. My gosh, that crit for 600 damage almost.
At best. Here, little fish.
The base power-up hammer that we got is insanely busted with our current build. We've got some very strong percent buffs on our base damage.
It's a tearjerker.
Alright, Ares, what have you got? Rallying Cry, your fusion boon. This is basically Tall Order, but from Ares specifically. Mutual Destruction is objectively the one that I wanted, so thanks for that, Chaos, as always. We'll take Rallying Cry. There's a decent chance I don't actually get to use it, because I still need 4 more Earth boons for this to work. Which means I need Hera and Ares to show up and give me boons. So you know what? I'm fine if Zeus doesn't show up for the rest of the run, as long as it's Hermes or Ares that do show up.
Narcissus.
About Narcissus. About Narcissus. About Narcissus.
I don't know what he was like back when you met, but he has a certain vanity about him that perhaps dulls his other senses a bit. When we speak, it's often like I'm not even there.
I'm not even there. Not even there. Not even there.
Let's see. Boon, boon, boon. Or... I guess I'll take gold, gold, gold. But I have to remember that I'm using it for boons.
Thank you, Echo.
Gotta buy a boon first. I always fall into that trapping. Man, we are just not getting gods here, are we? Gosh, I would love to reroll this. Oh well, we'll get our second hammer. Hestia was the one god that, of the bunch, hopefully we can be offered Control Burn, but seeing how Chaos has been doing Chaos things of late, I have a sneaking suspicion that Chaos is going to, do exactly as Chaos loves to do and deny us that boon. Alright, Kiwi, remind me. I'm gonna try and use the timepiece to actually sell something this time.
Flourish.
Oh, that's a big wolfie. I was hopeful I could kill it before it hit us. Unfortunately, I was not fast enough. Probably because I had the speed debuff from the miasma clouds, unfortunately. Alright, let's try and sell this. For 300 coin, sure, why not? Palm gold. Alright, I'll take the HP. I don't think I'll sell that. Man, that's a good distance away. Or 200 gold for 5 HP? Yeah, I'm buying that. Or I'm selling that. No comment from Kronos about that one? Fine. Alright, Hestia, show us what you got. Or more specifically, Chaos, show us what we're allowed to got. Show us what we're allowed to got. Kiwi, I think today I'm going to invite you to watch more Star Trek. We've been kind of casually watching Ranking of Kings, but we haven't watched Star Trek in a good while. And I really do want to start getting into Deep Space Nine because I'm very interested to see where that show goes. You've said it's very reminiscent of...
The Queen's wrath.
I know which buttons I'm supposed to press. Oopsie.
in the name of Hades.
Trying to think what I was going to say. That, oh, hey, controlled burn, and Kronos did not ban us from it. Flash fry is not amazing, so controlled burn it is. Now we have both options for Hera's. We have option for Hera and... No, I'm mixing this up. We have options for Ares duo with Hestia at the very least, which would be pretty funny. Not that I'm really using my Omega attack, or Omega special rather, but here, have a big spider ball? What? Anyway, yeah, I just, my brain, the reason why I thought of Deep Space Nice all of a sudden is I know Gold Dukat is one of your favorite characters, and my brain just heard Palm Gold, and went Gold Dukat, Palm Gold Dukat. I don't know. You never know where my brain is going to associate things with, and it's better not to think too hard because clearly I don't, and is the effort worth it to try and process the nonsense that I bring to this planet? Honestly, maybe a little. It's pretty funny. Just contending with the notion of why is this the way things are? Rapid Onslaught, Melting Sickle, or we're not doing our Omega attack. So attacks are 35% faster. Sounds good to me. Looks like the prophecy still isn't fulfilled. There's a shop. All right, Kiwi. I have to buy the boon first. I have to buy the boon first. Repeat with me, Kiwi. Jeff has to buy the boon first. And it's Ares.
Gone all this way, my lord.
I'm pleased to see dear Lady Hestia putting her capabilities to greater use. Why, here she is right now. I always knew you had a disposition toward destruction, goddess, as so prevalent as flame in war.
It's a side of myself I don't often like to show, as much as you seem to like seeing it, Ares. I figure we can't properly control our powers if we can't control ourselves.
An interesting to, Chaos, you little jerk. Oh well, I'll take Mutual Destruction, rarify it. 0.16% crit chance per missing life point. Chaos, that's so rude. That's so rude. Ugh, unfortunate.
Withstood that chaos curse I had.
Oh, well, joke's on everyone. I guess I get it immediately thereafter. Never punished, right, Kiwi? Never punished. I'm at 5 Earth Boons. I don't care. I want the duo here. So now our fireball will deal an extra 250 base damage. That sounds kind of nutty. I'm gonna buy out the whole shop. This is fine. And now we have a second use of our Godsent. Let's see, we've already gotten Fight Indefinitely, awesome. 10% more damage, charging automatically, and 40% charged at base. What is this? Attack and move faster, we definitely want that. And after you take any damage effects would be cool if we had any of those effects to begin with. 20% damage reduction onto our servant is pretty amazing, but I think let's go the route of attack speed first because that gives us the most damage and there's no guarantee we'll see another Path of Stars. You know what, Charon? Have a nectar. Glad to see he likes the stuff.
You really should try it sometime, my lord. Nectar is one of the things just about everybody on Olympus can agree on, and that must mean something, right?
I can only guess what he says half the time, and half the time is only 50% accuracy. Not great. Oh well, we'll salute him.
Moonlight guides you.
Let's go say hi to the dog. Gonna go see our family pupper.
At least that magma's gone for now.
All right, so let's dash in, toss our cast, and see how much this controlled burn. All right, you know what? That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. But I think just spamming attack might do more, honestly. Unfortunately for us. I'm trying to use it on enemies that I haven't hit yet. All right, let's set up for origination and try again. Let's see how this goes. And well, bam. Yeah, it's pretty solid damage on all these mutual destruction and other boon that I can't remember the name of that gives us crit chance plus the actual crit chance. We can hit some pretty big numbers. I mean, if we treat this additively, which it's not.
What constitutes mere playtime for the terrifying Hound of Hell is ended for the while.
I don't think all these crit chances that we have are additive. I think they're multiplicative with each other. So we probably have somewhere in the realm of 50% crit chance, though.
You're safe now.
Which is certainly fantastic. Yeah, Kiwi, I think I'm going to petition for pretzels today, but if you're, I'd say pretzels and croissants are on the top of my list for what we bake today. I do have to go do some dishes, so I'm planning to do a little bit of a round of dishes. Probably do some dishes, do another recording after giving my voice a bit of rest and having some tea. All right, so we did Timepiece. We're just shy of having that ranked up. I'm just going to take something that I want to rank up here. Concave Stone would actually be pretty useful if we get Hera or Ares. It gives us the best chance of potentially seeing Tall Order, so I guess I'll do that. We have a lot of these that need ranking up. Maybe I should do an engraved pin run and just have it from start to finish and see where we end up. Or not, Discordant Bell, rather. Yeah, that sounds like fun. All right, Concave Stone it is.
The stone.
Objectively, one of my least favorite keepsakes in terms of what it offers us, but it is pretty great for this very specific niche scenario where I need more Earth boons. The only downside is if we see Zeus, I can't re-roll him, and we may very well... Actually, what Hades boon did we get? I'm curious. Okay, Cronus just starts with 20% less HP. That works for me.
5 chambers to go.
Since we're running Fate's Whim, I can't re-roll things, so that's the one challenge here. But we certainly are...
These are remnant forces from Titan, then.
We are sitting pretty on damage, if nothing else. Like, look, our wounds damage on base, plus static shock, plus... We don't have any blitz, mind you, but... Man, if we had blitz, we would be popping at every attack. But just casually critting for 700 on one of the fastest attacking weapons in the game is no joke. Alrighty, let's grab our animal crackers. And hello, daddies, for daddy's buff number 2. But first, dog RNG. That's a good boy. We didn't get any dialogue because mom had to cut off our Cerberus. So hold on. Cerberus, you got a second pet so we can just say hi to you.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, he does, as long as you pet only the left head. He tolerates it. Rude. He clearly likes it. He's a good boy. He likes attention.
The resting hound of hell makes plain he wishes not to be disturbed.
He's a good boy and he likes the attention. No, that's not how that works at all.
Such a fine bottle. We graciously accept. You know, you remind me of your brother sometimes.
It's the feet, isn't it? It's probably the feet, and I guess the eyes too.
These customs that we share from those above, I ask that you not follow our traditions blindly. Such traditions may be partially responsible for the many mistakes that led us to this point.
My tummy is definitely saying it's time for breakfast, Jeff.
I share your cautious feeling about this, Father, but of the many traditions of the gods, the act of giving nectar to those we care for seems one of the better ones in my estimation.
Agreed.
Perhaps.
I'm glad that little pom we gave you is coming in handy. The pomegranate didn't always grow here in the underworld. Back when I arrived, it was rather gloomier down here.
Truly. What I've seen of the surface has felt rather gloomier than here. Though I suppose I've only seen a little war-torn bit of it. Do you ever miss being up there?
I miss things about it every now and then. But the underworld has become my home, as it has your father's. And now your brother's and your own. Which turns out to be a fine reason to keep looking after it.
A sweet notion. Also worth kind of considering, does she go upstairs to visit Demeter at all? That's actually a question I wouldn't know the answer to unless they... Maybe it happens after a while, because that happened in Hades 1, but that was kind of a resolution from the epilogue. All right, out of all of these, Life Tax is cool for keeping us alive, but Gigaros Dash is so good. It's so good for our build right now. Let's take it.
Shadows conceal you.
Like, it's a dash attack.
Were you always this feisty?
It's a dash attack. Oh, we accidentally hit her. That's why she said that. It's a dash attack that makes us do more damage against enemies. It applies a curse. It applies Hades' curse. I'm actually very curious to know if that actually contributes to origination or not. The only downside is it applies right where we start the dash. So it's a bit, it's a bit hard to reliably land. Unless I'm already on top of an enemy and dashing away. So I've already probably dashed in and done a bunch of damage without the Gigaros effect. Or what is it? I think it starts with an S. I'm blanking on it. It's not wounds, obviously. What are you called? Hold on. It is called Scorn. There we go. It did start with an S. Hestia! Hestia Y! Oh wait, hold on. Control burn. Boom! Oh, we have a lot of damage, yeah. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. The glowing coal, flash fry, and slow cooker. I mean, Slow Cooker is objectively broken on this build. So for context, Kiwi, the reason why Slow Cooker and especially that hammer we got earlier, Wicked Onslaught, is so strong is this power is base damage. Base damage scales with percent boons like Hera's attack and Ares special, but the base damage matters way more the lower the base damage is, and the faster the attack. So if this were an effect for, say, the axe, which is the slowest attacking weapon in the game, +2 power really doesn't do much for us. But the fact that it's +2 power on a weapon that attacks like 5 times in rapid succession is extremely powerful. It adds up. Oh. Thanks, Echo. You really gave us the boon we did not want. Thanks for that. Okay, so I now have a projectile-based cast. Woohoo. Works really well for my very close range build. Oh well, 3% more base damage on solo targets. Yeah, like I said before, Concave Stone. Turns out even in the instances where Concave Stone could be useful, it's still objectively terrible. I will only use it to rank it up, and then I will probably never use it again. Unfortunate, but hey, we're trying to rank it up, so it is fine. For now, it is fine. I accept my lot in life as much as I can complain about it. It's not like it's not doing something for us. It's just, technically, I guess technically it did give us a little bit extra onto Hestia's infusion boon there because we got the extra fire boon. So it's not without merit, and honestly, as long as I'm near enemies. Oh, you know what? Actually, wait, hold on, I take that back. I just realized Glowing Coal is actually kind of busted because of Ares Duo. I was looking at it from the perspective of Controlled Burn as our only way to apply the wounds, but no, it applies to Glowing Coal too. Okay, I'm doing a full circle. Yeah, it's not what I wanted, and of course here's Hera and Zeus, but it's actually not as bad as I was making it out to be. All right, who's easier to deal with? Zeus is way easier.
No choice at all.
Let's see, Hereditary Bane, Bridal Glow, or Fine Line. I guess Bridal Glow because it's funny. What does it hit? Thunder Rush. Of course it hits Thunder Rush. Ugh.
I am Lord and Commander of our efforts here, and the chain of command must be obeyed.
Sounds very threatening of you, Zeus. If I didn't know better, I'd actually take you a threat. Actually, no, okay, come on. I just listened to, Kiwi and I met up with a friend for an online watch party of the animatic of, what's it called? Epic the Musical again. So Kiwi, for context, Kiwi and I have already listened to the full Epic the Musical probably more than once, honestly, which is above average for me in musicals that aren't High School Musical because it's always on Disney Channel all the time when I was growing up. But the point I'm trying to make is I really like this musical. Oh my goodness, it's so the music, there are so many great songs in there. And I mean, thanks to the power of Hades, I certainly have gotten a passing interest in Greek mythology, at least more than I already did, which, mind you, was definitely up there, in part, I think, because it's just so popularized in Western culture.
There is no limit to the wrath of Olympus. Best not invite it on yourself again.
Sorry, Zappy Pappy, definitely gonna do it again. You have too many good things to pass up. I mean, ooh. Double Strike on a level 5 Heroic Storm Ring is insane. Electric Overload is really good for our build for AoE. Divine Vengeance is funny haha for duos with Ares. I think out of all of these, Double Strike is still the clear winner, but Electric Overload is funnier, so I'm taking that instead. All right, no more fun rooms? Oh well. Yeah, so Kiwi and I met up with a friend. I think we just did 1600 in one hit. I might be mistaken, but wowzers, that's a lot of damage. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Here, let's toss our cast. Boom. Yeah, we just, oh man, the chance to crit is so good. Like, if we let our HP get a little bit lower, like, building Mutual Destruction with HP up would be so crazy if you could just keep your HP on the lower end. Oh my gosh, Kiwi, consider doing that combo with a White Antler run at the very end. You would be critting non-stop, and you could crit on your crit, because they are separate chances. All right, we'll take Selene, sure. Anyway, so Epic the Musical, I think overall, love a lot of the songs. There, it turns out there's like a little bit in the center of the musical that I fall off on a little bit. I think it's kind of when they go back to like the song sung by Telemachus, Odysseus' son. I think I fall off a little bit on the musical for a teensy bit. And then, oh my gosh, you get into Hold Them Down, which, like, I'm not super enthused by the rapey bits of the song, but everything else about that song is just so menacing and just it's creepy, it's eerie, it's like it's such a great villain song, and it's very catchy too. I don't know, the singer did a phenomenal performance for just making the person sing it seem like just a complete and total sleazeball who's out for his own benefit, and just a scary song, just a menacing, a great villain song. And Kiwi and I are both, as you likely are aware at this point, Kiwi, quite fond of villain songs and any song that oozes evil. Beyond that though, my favorite songs are usually the Poseidon songs. Ruthlessness is hands down my favorite song from the entire soundtrack, objectively the one I've listened to the most. I really like Warrior of the Mind by Athena, but also if we're talking about Poseidon, his other big song, Get in the Water, I did not actually like nearly as much as I do now on my first listen, but after kind of hearing it more and more, listening to the Wrath Scrap cover, and the there is a parody of Get in the Milk where it's Cookie Monster singing the song to Elmo. Oh my gosh, it's just like that song has grown on me so much, and I objectively love it too. It's definitely up there for one of my favorite songs. Grievous Blow, Snuffed Candle. I think for funny haha, we're gonna go crit chance here. And we are just continuing to get bonus chambers. Gonna take all of these as they come. Anyway, so I don't know, I've genuinely been enjoying listening to that musical again. Warrior of the Mind, what else? Hold Them Down, Ruthlessness, and oh my goodness, there are so many things right now. I'm getting out of here. Oh gosh, this is too many things. Too many things. What else? What other songs are there? I don't know if I like Hermes' songs as much as I just like how they voice Hermes, because he's so campy. His laughter is just so very campy, and I'm here for Kiwi. I think it goes without saying, have you seen my voice acting? I love camp. I love goofy, over-the-top performances, and I very much enjoy giving them myself too. See the King in every instance I've brought his voice to this channel. All right, we are going to get damage reduction by 20%. Love that for us. At this point, it doesn't really matter what I take, I think. So we'll work up this tree probably. Yeah, that's a lot of base damage. Let's just work our way up this way. Probably won't get it, but there's a chance we see a Path of Stars in the final room, or in the final shop. All right, this should be the end of our Tartarus Gambit. We'll see. My gosh, our AoE, like, we're running a weapon that is not known for its AoE power, but look at how much AoE we have. And all of these crits, like, I think we are just extremely high crit chance. For context, Kiwi, crit, and when I'm using crit very loosely here because the procs from Ares boons does not count as crit, therefore you could crit on crit. So upwards of 400% damage increase. If Mutual Destruction actually stacks with his other crit chance, effectively crit chance based boon, then you could in theory increase your damage by 7 times, which is disgustingly overpowered. All right, there's Hestia again. I think I'll take Hera first.
Hear me, on my authority.
Give us our best fighting chance for duos here by taking other things. Let's see, Extended Family on Wounds, on Stormring, on Hitch. My goodness, why not give us even more damage, why don't you? Slow Cooker is upgraded as well, love it.
This one, please.
So unfortunately, we will not get to see Ares duo. Okay, it looks like we are at the point in the game where we have maxed out on Hestia boons. We were not offered any duos, so we'll just take Flash Fry, sadly. You can tell when you're basically at max capacity for God's boons when all they offer are sacrifices. Flash Fry it is. Slow Cooker upgraded even further. I would take this Anvil, but I would be very sad if it took away Wicked Onslaught, so I'm not gonna risk it. Charon?
Death to Kronos.
Charon, carry on. I almost forgot to buy that HP. Honestly, I probably could have skipped it for more damage. All right, Kiwi, let's see how fast we melt Sand Pappy here.
The Fates cannot help you now.
I don't need their help. You need their help.
You think yourself quite clever and most skilled to have withstood the end of time, but you achieved nothing at all, for I am here as usual, whilst you remain right there.
How do you remember this? We ended your existence in that timeline.
You also thought there was no possible way I could vanquish you, let alone in that end-of-time place. You're more error-prone than you realize.
No, you are error-prone, my girl. Because time is by its very nature quite precise, and it is always right. But if you wish to test your suppositions, by all means.
All right, Kronos, I got bad news for you on that assertion. Say hello to my little fireball. And my very, very crit-heavy build. My gosh.
You overstep, Hades.
That's actually interesting. So he was gonna take the 20% extra damage, but because he was in his invulnerable phase, because I faced him so fast that Hades' effect didn't actually work. That's wild. Hey, I have a friend of yours. Yeah, like our damage is redonkulous here. Redonkabonkulous. All right, what happens if I Omega attack? I'm actually curious here. Well, that was 1100 damage. Okay, sure, why not? Ah! Gosh, could you imagine if we had wounds on the attack here? Not that I'm complaining. We're gonna face him before he can even threaten us here. Grandfather. Yep. It was a little iffy, but we were fine. Timed that fireball slightly wrong. But like critting on Storm Ring amongst everything else, like look at this damage. Poor Kronos just didn't stand a chance. That was disgusting.
You waste your precious time. Olympus burns.
Fun fact, it's not. If anything, the only thing that's burning is you. Did you see our fire?
Sorry there, old boy. May all my kin be damned.
Alrighty, so what do we even honor on this? My goodness, look at that that end slate. Just everything's heroic on the outset. Okay, there's my mouse. Let's see. So Special did the most damage, but this was another relatively balanced run. Chain Lightning, was I wrong? I said I was going to take Chain Lightning in the early game and it was going to do a ton of extra damage for us, and I was not wrong. It did our second most damage. But also consider this. We got Storm Ring halfway through the run, and it's in third place by not a very wide gap. Storm Ring does so much damage, and yeah, it's heroic level 5. Obviously, it's going to do a ton of damage, but even baseline Storm Ring, same thing as Smoldering. I would argue Smoldering Ring is a little bit better without scaling, but even then, like, ugh, disgusting. 28% chance to crit there, 12 something percent. I think that's the 12, if not 13% chance to crit there. And then we just had all the crit chance. So let's see. Aspect of Mel, 2% crit chance. Where's what's on our pressure points? I do want this. Where is it? Let's put Mutual Destruction at the bottom here. Or Grievous Blow at the bottom here. Storming level 5 is cool and all. Didn't really carry the run per se, but look at that, 30%. We had so many strong damage modifiers. Buff on buff on buff. Very, very good run. Alrighty, Kiwi, let's go do our house roundup and call it a night.
More gemstones.
Only after all of that did normally diligent Millenoi discover she forgot something at home. Forgot her keys. So she turned toward the darkness and she said,
Return to Shadow now.
Wait, why does she have keys? What does she need keys for? She has no locked items. The only thing that she needs to unlock are the entrances to Tartarus, and
just need to keep that up.
And that's a password, not a a verbally spoken password. What keys, Homer? What keys?
Got him again. But we're not finished yet, are we?
I really am amused by the notion that Homer's just trying to come up with excuses for why Mel has to return to darkness.
Do you know how late it is?
No idea, actually.
I'll be keeping an eye on the tent for you while you're out all night, Mel.
Let's brood or admire now.
The memory of your reunion, committed to canvas in such a beautiful way.
It is such a nice portrait to get at the conclusion of the initial story.
Anyway.
See ya. Right, no prophecy.
Darkness.
Hi, Eris.
If I have to listen to another one of your conversations with Moros, I am going to vomit. Though you'll just clean that up too, won't you?
Inevitably, I'm very trained in the art of cleaning up vomit. It's great living with cats, Kiwi.
You're not to eavesdrop on my private conversations, particularly if they induce in you a sense of nausea. You might do well to speak with your brother yourself sometime.
I'd much rather see how long he'll keep pretending I'm not here.
Siblings. All right, here, have our last nectar. You deserve it.
You already got me one of these. Don't you have anything else? Only messing with you, babe. I'll get you back for this sometime, okay?
I'm sure you will.
Please don't. I mean, I just wanted you to have it since I know you have a taste for this stuff, but it's been harder to come by. Anyway.
Mel being extremely uncomfortable and being like, I want out. Oh, good news. More nectar for us.
Just right.
I think I'll continue to make nectar since I do need a lot of it, I think. Yeah, let's keep it going.
Become what I seek.
Then I'll keep using this to get moon dust since we'll need more of that anyway. I'm trying to slowly max out the Arcana.
So many victories, you stand to forget the bitter taste of defeat altogether.
Something for you. We managed to recover some materials from the surface and thought you might make good use of them, Goddess. Whoever this bronze used to belong to, they're long dead.
It's a versatile metal, thank you. The nocturnal arms I wield seem to hunger for it, as well as silver and more.
As long as they don't hunger for us shades.
Not gonna lie, RuneScape has absolutely shifted my opinion on bronze to being like the lowest tier metal, which is definitely a disservice to bronze considering how integral it was to a lot of early craftsman work, and nowadays still very integral to a lot of things too. Looks like we're finally gonna get to hear what Moros has to say about Hypnos since we missed it the last time.
How strange to be encountering this brother of mine here. So then he truly hasn't stirred at all?
I mean, no. No.
Not once. Headmistress Hecate says Hypnos was already fast asleep when she recovered him from my father's house. You never visited him there before?
I mean, one, he's not a witch, and two, have you ever seen him near the cauldron? Of course he hasn't stirred.
It wasn't my place. We each come from big families, don't we? Odd families. You know how it is.
I'm beginning to, yes.
Yeah, it turns out no one in Greek mythology has maybe the most stable family relationships or
out there, I guess.
Stable family in general. Alrighty, let's see. We've got a staff run. What do we got here? Aspect. We haven't done a Momus run in a while. Let's do Momus. Momus is coming. Momus coming home. Mom is coming home. Whatever. Never mind. It's not that great.
Descura, reveal your secrets.
All right, so we're gonna go in a mega heavy build.
I knew you'd make it here.
I'll have to figure out what god I'm gonna run. I'll probably just do another Fate Swim run, honestly. But with all that said, Kiwi.
Moonlight guide you, good shade.
And if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, Kiwi. And wait, we didn't talk to Skelly.
I think that my disciples are due for a little demonstration.
We were already giving them one. And I hope that this is helping you fall asleep. And if you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well, Kiwi. I love you. I will see you in the next one for some more Hades 2.
Goodbye, world.